everyone, and happy holidays! Today we're going to be preparing these Christmas French macarons, and it doesn't matter if it's your first time making these, they will turn out perfect every single time with this one secret ingredient. Now let's get started. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. These macarons are such a pain to make, they probably won't even turn out perfect. But with this special technique I'm going to show you today, they will turn out perfect, I promise you. I'm starting off by adding 2 egg whites to my bowl. These will whip up very nicely if they're at room temperature. And if any of those yolks fall in, simply just scoop it out with your shell. The second ingredient is a 1/4 cup of good old regular granulated sugar. This is going to make those nice meringues with all of those whites. Now for the secret ingredient I was telling you about, for every egg white we used, we're going to be using 1 tablespoon of this meringue powder. This will give you those beautiful little legs on those macarons, and this is what literally makes this recipe foolproof. Before you start whipping this, mix it in a bit with those whites because that meringue is so powdery it will go everywhere. Whip this up on high until it's very thick and firm in texture. It will only take about 1 to 2 minutes and you'll know it's done because it'll look like a beautiful meringue frosting. For those of you who are new to my channel, I must remind you to subscribe because I upload every other day very unique recipes like this one today. Be sure to click that notifications bell so you won't miss out on them. Once that fluffy white meringue is finished, you will see it will have these beautiful little firm peaks when you lift it up with your whisks. And now I'm going to be sieving in the last 2 ingredients. This is 2/3 cups of almond flour and a cup of powdered sugar. You can buy this almond flour in the baking section of your store already prepared, or grind it up yourself with some skinless almonds in the food processor. I'm sifting this out because you don't want any little balls of sugar or big pieces of almond. This batter is going to be nice and silky smooth. Toss out any of the remaining parts that don't make it through the sieve, and at this point you want to go ahead and add whichever color of gel or powdered food coloring you like. I just decided to keep it snow white today to really brighten up the color of those sprinkles and that buttercream. Mix this up rather carefully. You want to mix in all those dry ingredients. This is what makes these cookies rather finicky. If you undermix them, they won't puff up on the bottom, getting those little feet or ruffles. And if you overmix them into a pancake batter consistency, they'll crack all over the tops. So one way that'll help you always get it right is to drag your batter with your spatula. Once you're able to form the figure 8 with your batter, you'll know that it's ready. You're then going to go ahead and spoon all of this mixture into your pastry or Ziploc bag and pipe these right onto a parchment lined baking sheet. You want the size to be a little bigger than a Hershey's Chocolate Kiss, and for those pointy little peaks on top, you're simply going to press them down with your wet finger. Bang the tray on the counter a few times to release any of the air bubbles, and for the fun part, now I'm going to be decorating these with a few Christmas sprinkles. Now for the second important part, we need to wait about 30 minutes for these macarons to dry out a bit and form a skin on the top. This will ensure that the steam won't come out while they're baking and will crack all over the tops. So let them hang out and preheat your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Go ahead and then feel the tops. When the batter doesn't stick to your finger, they're finally ready to bake. Pop them into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes and they are finally ready. You can test one. It should have a nice and hard shell on the outside and a soft and chewy inside. Allow these to cool a few minutes before removing them from the baking sheet and place them onto your cooling rack. To finish these little cuties up, choose whichever filling you like. A jam, a buttercream, the list just goes on and on. But today I'm keeping it super quick and easy by using this Christmas vanilla frosting. It came with sprinkles and everything. Could it be any more perfect? Pipe a bit of it onto your macarons and sandwich them together. These little macarons are probably one of the most impressive and fancy Christmas cookies you will ever make. And you don't have to worry about wasting ingredients wondering if they'll come out the way they're supposed to. As long as you use that secret ingredient meringue powder, it'll turn these cookies into some real holiday fun.